Today, we are going to read about some things that we must have, which are called needs. Let's look on this page and see what the title is. What are things we must have? We talked about some things that plants and animals need to have already. We talked about they need air, food, shelter. Those are some predictions that we think that they might need. Let's look at the pictures on our page. There's a picture of clothing, a picture of a house, that would be shelter, a picture of food, and a picture of water. I wonder if those are some things that we must have in order to live. There are some other pictures on this page. Oh, that ice cream banana split sure looks delicious. I wonder if I must have that, or is that something I want? There's some rollerblades. Boy, those would be fun to have. Do I need those to live, though? And there's my pet dog. Do I need to have a dog to live? I don't know. We're going to read about what are some things we must have. If you look on this page, this is one of the text features. That is the title. The photographs are also text features. We have some of the text features right here, some of the photographs, and we also have a caption down here. It says, describe the 4 items at the top of the page. How are they different from the 3 things at the bottom of the page? I wonder how they're different. Well, why don't we read and find out? First, we predicted the next thing we're going to read. Let's read together. Wants are the things we need to live. We must have a roof over our heads. We must have clothes. We all must have food and water to stay alive. That is true. I know if I don't have a house, I'd get really wet when it rained, or I would get sunburned if it was really sunny. If I don't eat food, get really hungry. And water. Did you know you need water in order for your brain to think? That's why you need to drink lots of water every day. Now let's look at the bottom page, part of the page. Some wants are not needed for us to survive, but they are fun to have. You might want a dog. You might want to eat ice cream for dinner. I'll bet most of your parents wouldn't let you have ice cream for dinner. I know I sure didn't let mine. So the difference between a need and a want is a need is something we have to have in order to live. A want is just something that's nice to have, but we don't need it. If I don't have an ice cream sundae, it's not going to bother me and it's not going to affect my health, but it will if I don't eat food and drink water. Now let's see what types of things we might have as things that we need or want. Well, let's look at this page. I see some things up here that I might need or want. I see a bicycle, I see a bear, some books, some boots, oh, and some bagels. Bagels are delicious, especially if you put cream cheese on them. Those things are called goods. If you look on this page, we see a heading, goods and services. We know that's a text feature, but we also see 2 highlighted words, the words goods and the word services. I wonder how they're different. I don't really know. So what do we have to do in order to find out? Yes, we need to read the words on the page. So let's read them. It says, goods are the things that people make or use to satisfy our wants. Goods are things we can touch and use, such as books, bikes, boots, and yummy donuts. Oh, I thought those were bagels, but I guess they're donuts with sprinkles on them. Yum, yum. So goods are things that we can touch and use, like your books. Your pencil would be a good. Your paper is a good. If we look right here, here's the highlighted word, and right after it, it tells us the definition. Things that people make or use to satisfy our wants. Some things that I need to have markers and a whiteboard. I need to have a good that is a blanket to cover me when I get chilly. Those are goods. They are things. Now, what is a service? Well, let's read and find out. When you grow up, you will work at a job. You might perform a service. Services are jobs that people do for others that fill our wants. They could also fill our needs. A teacher provides a need to give you an education. A firefighter provides a need. You sure need the firefighters to put out a fire in your house. You need a police officer to help keep us safe. If you look by each picture, there is a caption. This one here says, police officers and firefighters keep us safe. Teachers help us learn. Construction workers build things. They build things like houses and cars. Doctors keep us healthy. One of our students' fathers is a chef. He makes and provides food for us to eat. He provides a service. The food that he prepares is a good. So a good is usually a noun, and we know that nouns are people, places, and things. A service is a verb, something that someone does. So a good and a service are things that provide stuff that we need in order to live. A good are things that people make or use to satisfy our wants, and a service is the job that people do. So today we talked about what are things we must have and what are goods and services.